let's take a look at how to copy and paste objects. Now, when you look at the title of this tutorial, you may have the inclination to skip over it because copying and pasting seems kind of simplistic or easy. It's something that we do frequently on a computer, but there's a few things and tools that Illustrator has that will make this process a lot easier for you. So I thought I'd show these to you. First of all, you have the classic Command-C, Command-V that can copy and paste. So I'm going to go ahead and select on my object with the selection tool. I'm going to go ahead and hit Command-C, then I will hit Command-V, and as you can see, I now have a copy of that particular object. Now, that's pretty easy, and that's a common function that most people use in word processors or even in your internet browser. There's even a function that I use probably even more frequent than that, and that is using the Option key. If I click on a object and I hold down the Option key and I drag it, and I'm going to hold Shift over so that it goes in a straight line like we discussed in the transform tutorials and the move. So I'm moving it in a straight line, and I'm going to go ahead and release my click. Holding the Option key when you drag an item or an object will make a copy of it. So very, very useful. So I can click again, hold down the Option key, click again, hold down the Option key, and I'm making copies of that logo. I'm going to go ahead and delete these. So that is a common function that I use frequently. Lastly, let's take a look at something called paste in front and paste in back. Now, we haven't talked about layers much yet, but think of it as a scrapbook page, and you're doing a scrapbook page, and you have your canvas, and you're cutting out pieces of cardstock, and you can lay the cardstock on top of each other as layers. That's exactly how Illustrator and other such graphic design programs work, is you can have layers. So you can lay one thing down on your canvas and then place something else on top of it. So we will have layers in Illustrator. You don't use them as frequently as you do in Photoshop. I don't use the layers as much, and we'll get into that more a little bit later. But I'm going to show you a paste in front and a paste in back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the object. I'm going to hit Command-C to copy. And then I'm going to go up to my menu bar up here at the top, and I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to click on Paste in Front. Now you can't see it, but this has pasted the logo right on top of itself, and it's on top now because we said paste in front. Let me change the color of this logo real fast to something really bright so we can see the difference. So I've now got it in this bright red. I'm going to click it, and I'm just going to drag it off, and you can see. As you can see, the red one was our pasted object, and it is now on top of the orange. Now let's say that we wanted to put it in back. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to delete that. I'm going to click on my object, Command-C. I'm going to go up to Edit, Paste in Back. Now the object that was pasted is now behind the original logo. Let me change the color of, well actually, let me just drag this off a little bit. And let me change the back logo here to red. Now you can see the orange logo is on top of the red. So that's another helpful tool when you are copying and pasting and you want things to be on top. The one thing I like about this paste in front and paste in back is that it will paste the object in the exact same place that it was copied. So that can come in handy if you're trying to, if I do a normal copy and paste, Command-C and then Command-V, it's just going to put it in the center of our canvas. And sometimes you'll want it to be perfectly lined up. So I like to do a paste in front so that from there I can start to drag things out in perfect lines or in 45-degree angles. It just gives me a better starting point when it starts right from where it was copied. So those are some quick key functions that you will enjoy and some cool things that Illustrator can do to make your workflow a little bit faster. So that in a nutshell is how to copy and paste in Illustrator.